This one smoke almost caused one of the biggest comebacks in Counter-Strike history. In the IEM Sydney Grand Finals, we witnessed our masterclass as the Dark Horses in Complexity battled back against a 10-3 deficit to FaZe. Just a month ago, these underdogs ranked only 25th globally and were losing to unsalaried pug rosters. And they somehow made it here to the Grand Finals? Facing a top 3 team on the planet? How did these guys even end up here? What's so special about this smoke and this team that pushed FaZe beyond their limits? Today, we're breaking down this new ancient meta and how Complexity abused it in their legendary major run. Welcome to the Grand Finals of IEM Sydney. We're jumping in right at the start of something special. Complexity are down bad, and on this map, they've lost both pistols and the first full buy, putting themselves at a 0-5 handicap. This is not how you want to start a game against a real juggernaut in FaZe. They need a hero. Complexity have no choice but to force this round or face going down 3-11. All their eggs are in this one basket, Elimination to be specific. They've given their best player their only rifle, and they're setting him up to frag out in mid by dropping him a molly and lobbing a smoke over for elbow. Now FaZe know that the defense are desperate, so they're splitting into a late 3-2 mid default to avoid running through the fire and flames. Elimination bursts out of buy phase and sprints down mid, mauling in front of his teammate's smoke to prevent the attackers from pushing out. FaZe were trying to wait out the grenade spam, but are they expecting a whole dude?
Surprise. Sent forward, there's a fight coming.
Oh, and now Elimination, he obliges with a fantastic double on the M4! Complexity called upon him, and he's delivered.
This Hail Mary worked. Elimination caught FaZe with their pants down, while these three grouped up, smoked door, ran down ramp, and swung off of this mid-contact. Elimination has retreated back to Donut after securing his team the men advantage. But he's feeling it.
Convert! The job is surely done. Elimination brings the fight.
Hey, at least he got his. Now, what do FaZe do next? Do they save? I mean, with so much time left, there's a chance that Complexity could mess up and lose this advantage. Plus, they're up a ton of rounds, so they should look to do as much damage as possible. So, let's go get ours. Brokey and Rops wander around the map, searching for isolated duels, baiting the rookie team into a blunder. They have one spotting each site, while these two re-clear for info. But still, they're up numbers. Why are they pushing? Well, Jimmy, remember, the offense still has a couple of AKs. This round is winnable for the attackers, so the defenders have to take some risk. But by grouping like this, they can deduce where FaZe wants to go and get a jump on them before they regain their footing. As long as they both stick together, they'll be fine. Wait, where's he?
That's the upgrade back in the hands.
What? Did Rob spawn in?
I don't
think so.
Oh, it doesn't matter!
Okay, well, they know where FaZe are now. Because these two just cleared all of mid and Donut, you can see Halzerk get a jump start on his rotate to B. FaZe line up their utility, wait for the smokes to bloom, and secure the site. Now, Brokey remembers that they saw one on Cat, so there's potential that someone is in cave. So you see him plant side pillar to avoid potential spam. They both back off to re-clear their flank because someone had to have been with Grim. A solo play like that would have been too risky. Complexity group up, retake the site, clear every possible corner, and tap the defuse. With how the bomb is planted, they know FaZe has to be ramped.
The M4, but they have to get their skates on here as the bomb is starting to tick at some pace here.
Yeah, Rob's already primed and ready to take that first contact. He has to take the fight now. Floppy, good for it. JT combines a 10-second defuse. Brokey in the clutch, can't do it.
Because of Alicia's heroics, we have the start of a comeback. For a majority of this game, Complexity have been absolutely spanking FaZe because of the way they've been playing over towards B. Like on this round, Complexity faked a mid-take with the United States military budget worth of utility. Smoke, molly, double nade, they wanted FaZe to know that mid was theirs, but no one's actually there. Elimination immediately pivoted back towards B with his teammates and grouped up as 3 for a ramp peak. The defense predicted that because of this heavy mid pressure, that FaZe would re-clear this space and go from there. So FaZe would never expect a 3-person push into door.
Fighting for this control early, allowing Complexity to aggress. Alex, this could be terrible for COL.
I haven't smoked the doors. Carrigan spots him, sprays him out. This is a lot to do, and Carrigan good onto Elimination. He gets nothing. Distinguished in the opening 20. And there's more to be had. Great find. JT has...
And then on this round, FaZe hit mid hard and took down Elimination, but showed their hand in the process, telling the defense most of the team was here. Complexity knew that ramp had to be weak again and only traded out Karrigan, but gained a ton of space. Now FaZe knows that Complexity saw nobody else B, so the attackers go to reclear B and take a weaker site, but the defenders are too smart for this and have actually fortified B site. Complexity read that FaZe wanted to reclear the lost map control, otherwise they might have run themselves into a trap on A. But little do they know, the defense are waiting with open arms.
Zerk, this has to be a perfect orb shot, and it is! On to Rain, trying to slow them down on the cross to the side. He nails another! All on Robs, no time for this one. Complexity set to collect and make this just a one-round game!
Yeah, B has been a problem for FaZe, and throughout this entire half, Complexity has been one step ahead. That brings us here. Continuing on their momentum, Complexity starts with another strong mid-take by smoking elbow, mollying in front, stacking an HE and a flash on the fire, and whoops, the elbow smoke missed. Better top that one off. But this is the same opening they've shown before. Only this time, the defense are behind it. Now, with FaZe shoved back behind this barrage of nades, Complexity enter phase 2 of their game plan. Elimination hops up on Cat while holding mid, but Floppy and JT simultaneously walk out Cheetah and ramp. Just like that, these players have flushed out 2/3 of the map and have FaZe trapped. Their only option is A. So Halzerk hightails it across the map while JT and Floppy stay back to deal with potential rats. As long as nobody lets these trapped animals out of their cage, Complexity should be geared up for a strong retake from multiple chokes. Wait, Halzerk? Now's not the time for a guitar solo.
Halzerk as well to help him out. Goes through the smoke. Oh my god! Halzerk! He saves them with...
There's no more pressure coming from spawn, and FaZe confidently storm into Donut.
Opening. Maybe more required from Grim!
Trades go out.
He's got him! And FaZe!
And Floppy found a rat at mid.
It's only a couple...
2 versus 1. Rain charges ahead, not wanting the defense to group, and first finds Elimination.
JT once again.
1 versus 1.
Come up clutch. 37! Rain!
Complexity were still in a position to win the round, but this wasn't Rain's first rodeo. He knew exactly what he needed to do. And earlier, Complexity had FaZe in check, literally having the perfect read, but FaZe are too experienced to crumble under the pressure. Closing out the comeback won't be easy. Complexity are shifting gears. Money is tight and their backs are against the wall with a do or die force buy on series point. But they've been in this position before. This isn't a situation Complexity aren't used to. Except this time, replace the M4 with an MP9. Yeah, they need something unexpected to pull off this miracle. All game, Complexity has been showing a lot of mid pressure and stacks towards B. But here, they're eventually leaving mid open and B weak and then stacking A. Now, FaZe are going much slower here than on other rounds. The defense has conditioned FaZe with aggressive plays mid and B, and they don't want to be caught by those again. The offense have waited over 50 seconds before initiating their plan. But in the meantime, they've double mollied Xbox to prevent another B crunch and have flashed over door, unintentionally breaking up this head stack. But it's here where we see Complexity position into phase 2 of their setup. JT is going to jiggle ramp constantly, ready to deploy a smoke bomb under himself as soon as he makes contact. Complexity are ignoring B until this trigger, and FaZe aren't applying enough pressure around the map to stimulate a reaction. This extra molly and smoke aren't doing anything. Regardless, FaZe finally start to move. With less than a minute left on the clock, the attackers contact up A main while Karrigan is still B, trying to bait a reaction from Complexity. Smoke spawn, random shots, and Halzerk's biting, but JT still has full ramp control, so Grim is a bit suspicious.
Forces the rotate, and so Grim has to step up! The 5-7 spams, snaps a neck! TK still hitting shots, and Complexity, they need more!
FaZe were caught with their pants down. When setting up for an execute, it's always smart to have someone holding in case the defense peeks for information. Because he saw this nade fly out, Grim knew that this was his time to strike. He gets his before dying to collateral damage as Halzerk is blasting anything that moves. And while Grim was fighting World War III, Elimination made donut holes with his MP9. Somehow Rain finds himself in another unwinnable situation. Can his experience turn this round again?
Rain again, this time a 1-on-4, I don't think so.
They do not go quietly into this one.
Unbelievable. It's the 5-7 that throws a cat amongst the pigeons there.
And Elimination with another double.
He's holding on, he's hitting.
Nah. Complexity started this half being down 3-10 after losing pistol round and are 1 round away from taking it to overtime. Their game plan has been working and FaZe has had no answers to it aside from some individual heroics. Complexity have the secret recipe and get cooking again. The defense starts with a normal bombardment down mid, smokes, mollies, nades, and flashes with Elimination and Grim full throttling behind them. Now the rest of the defense doesn't use any grenades for B this time. Instead, they pretend they're fighter jets and turn on the afterburners. They fly out of Cheetah together with a flash from sight, and in record time, they have lane completely cleared out. Meanwhile, FaZe have been bullied from B too often that they don't even want to risk any casualties there. All their eggs are in this one basket for this A hit. Twist starts elbow to create pressure mid with a lurk smoke and a molly Xbox. FaZe is hoping this delays Elimination from clearing B. But will FaZe execute in time before Complexity gets the read? The offense has been slowly clearing out all of the close angles in A main, getting ready for this attack. As soon as they're all in position in their XX spots, the first volley of smokes are thrown. But is it too late? As soon as he hears the word from the B defense, Halzerk couriers is up over towards A site. Grim and Elimination are on their way too. As Halzerk holds the site cross from spawn, he sees the incoming smokes. Quickly, he launches an incendiary at the entrance to site and repositions into Temple. But FaZe's smokes completely block him off. Halzerk loses the line again. But wait, he still has his HE grenade. Halzerk drops it in the center of the smoke and immediately scopes up. There's nobody out yet? Mine.
Coming through. Has to. Step up. When it needs to. Halzerk, 1 frag. Nice from it.
So FaZe were all grouped inside A main, ready to combo some nades and move out with the timing. But as soon as this first molly came, they hit the brakes. They threw a molly. Just one? Okay, we can wait. FaZe then tried to throw a molly to default box and begin to scale, but not before Grim refreshed the defender's molly. Okay, going now. Leroy Jenkins!
Wait, don't go, they just threw another one!
FaZe ran through the fire in flames. Halzerk peeked from behind Big Box and established his dominance. He picked one off, and his presence was enough to scare the rest of FaZe from advancing. And Elimination barreled through the donut smoke, catching Twist by surprise. Once the dust settles, FaZe have used everything except for one last HE grenade. Rops throws his Hail Mary and boom! Nothing happens. Halzerk tucks behind Big Box and never budges. FaZe are so threatened by Halzerk that they're too afraid to peek out.
He's not gonna re-peek us. Let's just triple peek site and then we can deal with him after.
FaZe edge out of main, looking towards site, but Elimination puts them in the dirt.
Very low. If he could find one more, he sealed the deal. It's Elimination again to stand up. 20 and Complexity. They take us the...
Wow, what a great audience. Complexity has full confidence and full momentum as we jump into the first round of overtime. Keeping traditions, they use the same utility in mid. But wait a minute. They're making things a little bit spicy this round. Elimination isn't the one going down mid. This time, Elimination is posturing himself close inside A main, and Halzerk has taken his place at mid instead. Halzerk does Elimination's nades and pathing down mid, and jumps up Xbox to take the line down B lane with his op. Now FaZe was setting up to punish the mid and B aggression from Complexity. Twist threw his normal pre-molly towards Xbox to deny the jump up. Rain started towards B and pre-mollied the ramp to prevent the triple swing, and lobbed a flash over the site to make Complexity pump the brakes. Rops is positioned to throw a red room smoke and a flash for his teammates to scale out of elbow as soon as the defender's molly clears. Wait a minute. Halzerk hit the long jump in mid to Cat, and he was able to hold the B line with his op. He was able to take out Rain, who did not expect the op to be in his face.
Nani?
Without hesitation, Halzerk whips out his knife to get out of dodge. Everyone knows you run faster with your knife out. FaZe pop through the elbow smoke and try to avenge Rain, but are blinded with so much rage, they ignore Cat. Floppy swings out Cheetah and catches Twists in the side.
But wait, there's more.
FaZe been quiet, so Elimination engages from the flank. FaZe is trapped inside of the meat grinder. There's nowhere to go, and they're being hunted from everywhere. Not even 30 seconds into the round, and FaZe have nowhere to go in a 2 versus 5. Knowing that Complexity were B lane, Donut, and A main, walking through Red Room is the only position that was relatively weak. But they walk right into Halzerk's op.
They were down. It looked like there was no chance. And they're close things out, son.
Brokey quickly trades out Halzerk, but finds himself in a 1 versus 4 on the first round of overtime. He spends more time in the round walking around looking for an opening than it took for Complexity to dismantle the entire team and 3/4 of the map.
Maybe he gets a couple of kills, but it's not going to happen. JT will confirm the lead.
Hey man, can I hobby your homework?
Yeah, just remember to change it up a bit. Wait a second. Sprinkled throughout the first half of the game, FaZe applied some pressure towards B, mainly Rain through Cheetah by himself. Not exactly the same way Complexity have been, but in this round, we're about to see a full team effort by FaZe to crunch mid and B, Complexity style. Twist and Rops do their Grim and Elige cosplay down middle and start all the burners on the barbecue. The other 3 defenders start on B site and launch a bunch of mollies towards B lane to burn anybody Cubby and Big Box. Meanwhile, on the Complexity side, Holzerk has a great spawn for B, and that's what they're planning around. The offense are going to default with Holzerk abusing his head start to catch a slow defender running through cave. They know Rain has been fighting from Cheetah every round, so they want to nip it in the bud. Elige and Grim posture up towards A main, anticipating a push through from FaZe, and completely ignore middle. They don't even attempt to pressure mid with how rarely it's been contested. JT sprints close behind Holzerk, ready to play firefighter, and drops a smoke on any mollies that the defenders throw at this lane. Floppy pre-mollies B ramp, holds for aggression, and sets up Holzerk some breathing room to find an opening. Rain runs into Cheetah full speed ahead and drops a chunky nade at the feet of Holzerk. The attackers are here! So Twist jumps up onto Xbox to initiate the B crunch. Brokey sends a smoke to B doors from long and flashes above Cheetah for Rain to peek out.
Midland square on the jaw of Halzerk. Rain dancing, nades landing, Rops fragging as pushing is Rain!
With the smoke up at B doors, Kerrigan was able to run down B ramp, take out Floppy who was trying to help his team, and connect with Twist and Rain as they washed away B lane. Now if you're Elige and Grim, what's your plan? You have no map control and your team just got Thanos snap. Out of desperation, Grim drops a grenade into the defender's elbow smoke. Elige flashes for himself and blows a hole right into the defense.
Hello there.
Try and brute force. Elige with the double!
Finding 2 defenders on catwalk? We might have a round on our hands. But the bomb is still down doors. Grim and Elige need to do their best Lord of the Rings impression and make us watch them walking around through spawn for a really long time. But FaZe don't know that the bomb is down. The offense dropped it before any of them took an engagement. So now FaZe doesn't know where either the enemy or the bomb are. So Grim and Elige move up B ramp and scoop up the bomb. Now here's where things get a little spooky for FaZe. The remaining attackers head towards B where there's only 1 defender. But Complexity lose the game to their shadows as Kerrigan's positioning gives the old man a heads up that danger is lurking around the corner. FaZe are able to seal the deal and get 1 step closer to closing out the game. Thanks for the strat, Complexity.